Welcome back to Balance with Bailey and Happy New Year. Before I get started in the episode, I have been sick. That's why I didn't post last week. And honestly, I've been in a little bit of a rut the past 2 weeks. So I was just getting out of that, kind of resetting for the new year. And here we are, January 1st of 2025. I am so excited to dive deep into this episode. And outside right now, it's actually snowing for the first time this year. Where I live in Idaho, usually it snows November, December, but decided to snow January 1st this year. So I'm so excited. It's such good vibes going into the new year. Today, I want to talk about our vision boards, recapping the past year, and what we're doing this upcoming year for 2025. If you're watching the video, you can see I have my giant vision board right here. So I just want to start with kind of recapping 2024, things I've learned, what we're bringing into 2025, and what we're leaving in 2024. So as I'm looking at my vision board right now, I would say 99% of the things on my vision board. I did little hints like the pink flowers and just little sayings that really came into fruition this year. And I want to start with the biggest one. And I have photos of reading Bibles on here, the quote, putting God first in everything. I think that was a huge difference that I took into 2024 and will continue to bring into 2025 is really shifting my mindset. And I think that helped a lot with my mental health this year as well. Just coming from a place of anxiety and worry in the past, that it's really changed my entire outlook and mental health. I've gotten in a routine of going to church on Sundays, reading my Bible, listening to the word, hearing the word, reading the word, and finding creators that express that and talk about it and motivate me to have that relationship with God. And I think I owe everything that I got in 2024 and everything that happened to him, including I have photos relating to nursing. There's a photo in the top corner with like 8 channels of medications running. And I remember one day, it was my first day having a patient on pressors and sedation, all of these crazy meds, running antibiotics, doing all this stuff. And I just kind of took a step back and I was like, wow, I am doing something amazing right now. And I have the capability and the knowledge and the experience to really be helping this kid and saving their life at the moment, honestly. I thought of the photo on my vision board and was like, wow, I'm really doing what I set my mind to. So I have that for nursing. I have sedations. I did my first sedation as the sole nurse the other day. I got to push propofol, sedation charting, all of that. Usually you don't do that for a while and you do it with your charge nurse or another nurse a couple times first because it's just something that is really overwhelming and can be scary. And I did it all by myself. It was me, the doctor, and the RT the other day. So I'm so proud of myself. I got to do that. And just how far I've come as a nurse in this past year, there have been ups and downs. A lot of ups and a lot of high highs and low lows. But something that's always happened is if I have a really bad shift or a bad week, then I have 2 weeks off or I have time, or the next shift is the chillest shift ever. And I'm so grateful for nursing. I'm so grateful for the PICU and working with kids and getting to use my critical thinking. The doctors and nurse practitioners and residents, everyone that I work with is so smart and so trusting that I get to make a lot of decisions. And I can't even believe it's been 9 months already. But this was the year that I became a nurse. And what I'm accomplishing right now is I'm so proud of myself. I know how to cope with the emotional trauma, the physical of being on my feet and at the hospital for 12 hours a day or 12 hours a night. I've learned so much about myself as a person, about who I want to be in those situations, how I want to be there and support people when they're in their worst situations, families or the kids and them being the patient. I think I have grown so much more than I ever expected, and I'm so grateful for that. I also have a ton of books on here. You guys know I already made a book talk episode. I love reading. I read the entire Throne of Glass series, ACOTAR, Iron Flame. The next one's coming out here in a couple days. I'm so excited. I've gotten so deep into book series and reading that I'm on my phone less, which was my goal. Just even reading more self-helpy books, which is what I originally started reading when I got really into books. I'm obsessed with all of those and just continuing to better myself and following my imagination in a way, being able to read and picture characters and all of that. So if that's not on your vision board or a goal for you this year, it should be. And you should start with ACOTAR, but don't even get me started on all of that. I have photos of traveling and going out of the country, passports. My family goes to Spain every year and runs with the bulls. I can't wait to take you along with me this year. It's insane, and you only know what it's like if you've been there. So I'm so excited to share that journey with you. There is some money on my vision board. It's the first year I had a full-time job and was able to support myself and really treat myself to different things. You guys know I got my lips done and I got Botox. I will continue to do that, honestly, and spend money on bettering myself. It was the first time that I wasn't just paying rent, paying utilities, paying food, school, things like that. It was the first time I really got to sit back and treat myself. So I'm so proud of myself for that. Of course, skiing photos, boxing. This year I got really into boxing. Of course, you guys know and have seen my fitness content about it, but I was looking back through my camera roll because I go back at the end of the year and just kind of look through the whole year. The photos on my vision board, there are some identical photos in my camera roll. I want to make a TikTok about it, comparing like my vision board to what actually happened. But there's some boxing photos on here. I am so proud of how far I've come and just putting myself out there. This time last year, I'd never boxed before, and now I'm honestly pretty freaking good and kind of a bad bitch. So you're going to feel stupid and try new things. You're going to look stupid. Who cares? Everyone looks stupid at first. And now I'm so confident in working out in my physical health that I was not in this space a year ago. I feel so much stronger. And that's definitely something that should be a goal for this next year, is focusing on getting stronger and getting healthier, because our physical and mental health means everything. If you don't have those two things, then your life's going to fall apart. I also have some coffee shops on here. Of course, this time last year, I was going to coffee shops like every day studying for my NCLEX. I definitely got my fair share of coffee in. I've been doing better with my Nespresso and drinking more coffee at home, but I still do love going out for a nice coffee. I also have 10,000 followers on here on TikTok. That was my goal. I started off the year with not even 1,000, and now I'm at 14,000 people, which I love the community I've built. A ton of it is nursing and fitness and just like-minded people from all over the place. And I think that's amazing with how social media can connect people. And I can't wait to continue to grow my community and my following. I have a few quotes on here. Put God first in everything is front and center. Tell people that you love them. I think that's something that was really important for me, and just thinking about small words that you use with other people. Saying I love you, showing affection towards other people is something that I've not been very good at in the past and kind of more RBF, closed off. But I think this year I have opened up and started being very vulnerable with everyone around me and being my authentic self, which is scary and terrifying, but the best thing you can do. Saying that you love them to people also. Something I've really been focusing on is, instead of saying thank you or like, how are you good? How are you good? Really diving into deep, meaningful conversations. Like whenever I go get food and they hand it to me, I say, I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I think I appreciate you goes a long way and isn't just the basic like thank you or thanks. It really shows more like human emotion, I think. And that's something that we don't really show a lot in day-to-day interactions. So that's something I was working on, and I think I did a really good job of that. Take pictures of everything. You guys already know I love taking photos of everything, but I think this year I really got out of my comfort zone of like not giving a flying fuck where I am, who's watching. I'll do an outfit of the day. I'll take photos at the front of a concert, like to an extent. Yeah, it can be annoying and there's like appropriate times, but if it's not harming anyone and I'm not in anyone's way, and the only thing is people might be watching me or say something, who cares? Because going back through this past year and looking at my camera roll, I'm so happy with all of the moments and memories that I've captured. Be more present, being present in the moment, not thinking about 6 months from now, not thinking about 5 years from now. I'm a planner. If I could have the next 10 years of my life planned out down to the day, I would. So I've learned to let go, let God, trust that there are plans out there. He has his plan for me. I just need to surrender myself, my plans, my worth, not feeling or living so in the flesh, but thinking bigger picture, whatever you believe in, that it's all going to work out. So there's no need to stress about everything right now. There's also skincare photos. I really wanted to work on my skin this year, and I think I have. It's gotten better. There's some winter photos on here. You guys know I love the snow. I'm so excited that it started snowing right now. I have some food pictures. My boyfriend loves to cook, so honestly, he's been doing majority of the cooking, but I really want to take that into 2025 and get better at that. When I held this up, I've had this on my vision board has been on my wall in my bathroom for the past year since I made this January 2nd or 3rd last year of 2024. It has been hanging up. I found a letter on the back and some goals. After reading the goals, I've hit almost every one. Out of the 8 goals that I wrote down, 5 of them I've completed and 2 of them I'm pretty close to. But the letter that I wrote, I'm going to read it. I might cut it out. I might leave it in. Who knows? But I wrote, 2024, this year is filled with expecting the best and God filling my life with abundance and blessings. Pink flowers are a sign that He is who God sent me. I prioritize myself, fitness, my relationship with God. This year I give myself to Jesus, and it is the year I receive everything that God has in my plan. I live listening to the Word and putting messages I hear into my life. I gain knowledge through my passion of taking care of kids. I used my creative outlet to build a community. My journey with God started this year, and I see the miracles He does for me. I see where I stand, and I expect the best, and I live the best year yet. I reward myself through workout classes, cute sets, clothes, things that I want, and supporting myself fully. I support myself and have money and extra to give to help others. After reading that, that's a lot, but I think I'm going to leave it in because the pink flowers thing is crazy. The first couple times my boyfriend got me flowers, he gets me flowers probably once a month, if not more. And majority of the time they are pink. That's a connection I'm just making now. So that's crazy. You know what that means. But I think that I just had such a shift. And I think I hope everyone else has in this past year, taking the time to look back and really think about the year and just how amazing it is that an entire year, how much things can change. I'm a completely different person than I was last year, and in all of the best ways. So I hope that everyone else is too. Now that I've gone over 2024, looked at my vision boards, know what came true, things that I did, things that I got to accomplish, and just kind of reviewing the year and going back and looking at everything, things that I want to bring into 2025. Big lessons, things that I think would help other people if someone would have told me. The biggest lesson I'm taking into 2025 that I really want to push for is being my authentic self, being vulnerable, being who I want to be, not trying to be like other people online that you see. Or Emmy Moore said this in such a good way and has a whole podcast episode about it. You guys should definitely go listen to it, about the golden calf and kind of idolizing other people and other things and kind of destroying those golden calves and really focusing on yourself and your relationship with God and not idolizing yourself, but idolizing what can be and authentically being yourself. I don't know if I'm saying this in a good way or if that makes any sense, but I hope it does. Just being genuinely who you want to be and not following trends, not following other people, not following the flesh, worldly things, kind of looking at a bigger picture, focusing, turning that idolization inwards and reflecting on that. that's something I want to take into 2025 along the lines of being genuine and vulnerable just in those interactions, every day-to-day interactions. I think in the past, I've honestly kind of viewed things not as transactional, but of status and what's going on and who has what and who's wearing what, but kind of demolishing all of those ideas. Another thing I'm taking into 2025 that I started to implement into the later months of 2024 is not over consuming, but creating more. So instead of doom scrolling, sitting on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, for hours and scrolling and looking at other people and what they're doing and wishing I had this or looked like that, is creating more about my life and sharing my story and my authentic self with others, I think is so important and something I really want to focus on this year. Taking the time to really use it as a creative outlet and less of mind numbing, just consuming. I will continue to bring my matching workout sets into 2025. I love a matching workout set, a good morning routine. You guys know I love a good morning routine, and choosing to make choices that are going to benefit me and make me a better person, honestly. Waking up, getting a coffee, workout sets, Pilates or boxing, and reading my Bible, reading a book, just continuing to grow myself as a person and sharing my honest journey. I think that's the perfect way of saying it, is my honest journey of ups and downs. Not everything is perfect. I don't have the most aesthetic life or what everyone wants, but I want to share what I have and honestly share with others. I will also continue something I started in 2024 that I'm bringing into 2025, serving in the church, getting more involved, finding more people with the mindset in life that I want to live. I think that's huge. Whoever you hang out with is a reflection of who you are, and continuing to grow not only my community online, because I feel like I've found so many amazing people, but people around me in person, and stepping out of my comfort zone, introducing myself to people. At this point, all of my friends and who I'm super close with, I've been close with for a while now. So I think it's important to still seek new experiences and new friends in different places. I know I've been much better about introducing myself to people at church and at work, at workouts, just kind of continuing to grow and reaching out and saying hi and building relationships, even if they're not your best friend or the deepest things ever. I think it's super important to continue to grow and gain experiences from other people, because that's why we're all here. I will also be bringing in basic clothes capsule wardrobe. I am setting a goal for myself, 2025, not to follow the trends of crazy who's wearing this, buying stuff, wearing it for a little bit and then not wearing it again, or just getting things because other people have it. I want to continue to keep the basics. I love basics. Neutrals, clean girl vibes. I love it. I think that it really suits my life. 2025 is going to be the year of balance. And if you want to create balance and live the life that you want to live, go do it. You can do it. Everyone can do it. I think that's something 2024 taught me, and that I'm bringing into 2025, is if you have a dream and a goal and want to do something, the hardest part is starting it. The hardest part is saying, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to put all my effort into it and I'm going to accomplish this. I'm going to do it. Posting and starting the podcast has been my newest venture of, you know what, I want to do this and I'm going to do it. And I'm so grateful for the 4,000 listeners that I have and the community I've started building on this, and Spotify and YouTube, and spreading my platform, spreading more of me and what I want in my community, and growing and learning so much from everyone else and all of the people listening. I think that it's amazing to be able to sit down and talk and impact others, create the life we want to create and live. whatever you want to do, just start it, do it. Who cares? Nobody cares anymore. That's also what I'm bringing into 2025 is not caring. Like caring about the people around me and things that mean a lot to me. But other than that, I'm not going to care about anything else because we're out here doing it. 2025, we're bringing in buying flowers like every other week, every 2 weeks. Whenever you go grocery shopping, buy flowers. If you guys can see, I have some yellow flowers right here. That's something small that I've been doing for a couple years now that I will continue to do because I love it. I think it's so cute. It brings some life into the room. And especially when it's snowy or rainy and cold outside, just some cute flowers. Just make the vibes. I will continue to make my bed every day, continue my routines. I think that it is so important for routines and healthy habits to be a big focus. And the hardest part is saying yes. The hardest part is that first time waking up early, the first time making your bed, the first time doing something you don't want to do and putting yourself out of that comfort zone. And then after you do it for a week or two straight, you don't even think twice about it anymore. And that is what is so amazing about getting to choose what you want to do and how strong your mindset can be is just getting out there and doing it. Now I want to talk about how I made my vision board, what I do every year, how I make it, and how you can make the best vision board for 2025 and start living your dream life now, because it really is that simple as deciding to do it. The first thing I do is I go onto Pinterest and I just start looking and saving things into a folder, thinking about different aspects. Like last year I searched up nursing and I found some nursing photos. I found my RN BSN tag because it was the year that I passed my NCLEX and I really wanted to pass my first try. So I put that on my board. Some cute sayings like what I talked about earlier, that's on mine. Books, little habits that you want to do almost as like a reminder or vibes. One thing I look up is different like aesthetics and what that looks like. And I just throw those all into a big Pinterest board. And then I kind of start narrowing it down to how I want it to look and what I think fits the theme of that new year. Then I go onto Walgreens and it's like 50 cents to print out a photo. So I think I printed out like 25 to 30, but depending on how big your board is, you can do it as big or small as you want. I also set it so like my quotes, there were like multiple quotes, so I could put the quote over different places. Then I go pick them up and I got this big board. This is actually the one I have right now is two like big, not cardboard, but the hard paper, so it doesn't wiggle as much. I just took 2 pieces of the large paper and I stapled them together and then do a vision board night. I think it's so much fun to sit down with some fun drinks, fun vibes, put on some music, light some candles, do it with your best friends, your roommates, your boyfriend, or even by yourself, but turning on the fire, just making it a night, making it an event, because you want good vibes going into this and setting the intention of the new year. So then getting together, setting all of the photos out and like kind of rearranging them. Then I just glued it down to the page. And afterwards, I wrote the letter on the back, just kind of what that year is going to look like. And I read it in past tense as if it already happened. And going back and reading it is exactly what happened this past year. So I think that's such a fun little secret thing to do that you're going to forget about on the back of it until you look at it the next year and create your next one. So that is how I made my vision board this past year. That's what I'm doing currently. Right now, I'm looking at different things on Pinterest and really owning in on what I want on my board and what my board is going to look like, because I think I did such a good job with this one last year. And I want to know if everyone makes vision boards, what your vision board looks like, things you think are super important. Just taking the time to sit down, reflect on the past year, thinking about what you want this next year to look like, the vibes, specific things, really narrowing down on those goals, what it looks like, what you want that life to look like. Also on my vision board, majority of the photos are people that look like me because I want to be able to see myself in the board and in the photos. And it doesn't really make sense when it's someone that's completely not like you or isn't what you could be in the next year. I think that's important. Not only physically, but again, just the vibes. So I'm so excited to continue to create my vision board. And I'm on the Pinterest step of just kind of over the next couple days, finding photos, creating the vibes, and then I'm going to have a big vision board night with my roommates and some friends, and it's going to be so much fun. And starting off 2025 with the best. I hope that this inspires you to sit down and make a vision board, print it out, look at it, hang it somewhere you can see it every day, because I think that that's huge. I put mine in my bathroom, so every day when I go into my bathroom, I see it. I subconsciously think about it. I also had it as my phone background. I just took a picture of it and set it as my phone background for probably about 6 months. So every time you look at your phone, you're looking at your goals and what you're accomplishing and the life that you are living. And just subconsciously remind yourself of all the amazing things that you can do with putting your mind to it and setting goals and sticking to the goals. That's the hardest part. After January, people fall off, but you just have to stick with it and stick through. Taking the time to really think about it and sit and think with yourself, because if you want it, you can do it. And I'm so excited for 2025. The things on my vision board are going to include lots about the podcast, nursing, just eating healthier. I have so many ideas and so many good photos on Pinterest. I'm going to post my 2025 vision board once I do it, but I'm going to go on the Balanced with Bailey Instagram and TikTok, post my vision board from this year and photos from my vision board along with photos that I took this year that just are so similar. It's actually crazy that I didn't even have these photos in mind, but subconsciously I created the life that I wanted to live in 2024. So I hope you do the same. Tag me in your vision boards if you make them, or send them to me, DM them to me, text them to me, whatever. I'm so excited to see everyone's. And maybe next year we'll do a big vision board night, like do an event. I think that would be so fun. And just continue to grow. It's going to be the year of growth. I'm so excited. We're setting insane goals. Insane things are going to come true in 2025. I'm sending the best vibes for everyone. And I hope that everyone has an amazing start to the new year. If you're hungover watching this or listening to this, if you're in the car or at home, at work, whatever is happening, I hope you feel inspired. I hope you make a vision board and send it to me, because I really, really, really want to see it. I want to see what everyone's goals are for this year, the year of growth. So excited. Thank you for listening and watching. I love you all so much. And happy 2025. Love ya. Bye.